everyone, my name is Adelatul Atifah from TBI2. Here I want to explain the first chapter of the book Doing Your Research Project, and it's talk about different ways to approach research. Understanding this approach is really important because it helps us choose the right methods for our own studies. Now, let's take a closer look at what this chapter covers. Okay, for the first is approach to research. Understanding different research approach helps plan and interpret investigation better. Research terminology can be confusing due to jargon. Common approach includes the first is quantitative research. It is use numerical data, structure questions, and aims to produce generalizable results. The second is qualitative research. It is focused on understanding individual perception. It uses non-numerical, unstructured data and more general, evolving research questions. Researchers often combine qualitative and quantitative methods based on the data needed. No approach strictly excludes any method, and each has strength and weakness that suit specific contexts. For the next is action research and practitioner researchers. Action research is practical and flexible research by practitioner to solve specific problem or improve systems. It generates recommendation to improve practice through continuous cycles of change, evaluation, and further investigation. Ethical standards like permission, confidentiality, and identity protection must be followed. Everyone must understand the project's purpose and implementation before starting. And then the second point is case study. Case studies explore one problem deeply in a limited time. They can complement or precede survey but often stand alone. They study specific instance to reveal unique features and process that survey may miss. Evidence is collected systematically through varied methods. And the third point is critics of case study. Critics note that case studies are hard to verify and generalize, may involve selective reporting. However, some schools prefer relatability or usefulness for similar situation over generalization. Well executed case studies can be valid and valuable for deep research. And then for the next point is survey. Surveys gather data on traits, opinions, and behaviors from samples representing larger population. Respondents answer consistent questions, often revealing what, where, and when, but rarely why. Surveys are efficient and cost-effective but have limitation in explaining causality. For the next is experimental style. Experiment tests cause and effect, often with control and experimental groups. Testing social behaviors is more complex due to multiple causes needing large samples and time. Ethical permission and informed consent are crucial. Claims of causality should be made carefully with ethical consideration. For the next point is ethnography. Ethnography studies people in natural settings through observation and participation. It's time consuming and may not represent all groups but help similar groups understand and solve problems. The next point is grounded theory. Grounded theory builds theory from data collected and analyzed simultaneously using iterative comparison until theoretical saturation is reached. It is powerful for real world context but complex and requires skills. For the next point is narrative inquiry and stories. Narrative inquiry studies personal stories to understand experiences by organizing them into themes. It requires trust and raises ethical challenges due to its personal nature. Although complex and time consuming, it provides deep insight and sweet case study research. New researchers should seek guidance before use. And then for the last is choosing an approach, selecting a research approach that does not restrict method choice. Understanding each approach advantage and disadvantage helps decide which fits the research task best. Use libraries and online resources to learn more. Okay, maybe that's all that I can explain. Thanks for your attention. And last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.